Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds, and this is their Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 241. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
It's not 241.
I decided just to say it with confidence. I was like, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it with confidence. And I swear to God, if Daniel says I'm wrong, he's going to catch these hands.
Bring it, because you're wrong. I'm looking at it.
You know, you say bring it now. That's because we're like multiple states away from each other. Okay, sir. It's like one of these days, be right in front of you, and then I'm gonna say, okay, say I said the wrong number now, Daniel.
I would definitely do that.
I believe you.
239. We're almost there. Almost at 241.
239, really? Because sworn last week was 239.
You weren't here.
I know, but like I listened to it and I was like, didn't he say 239? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm back. The miserable British man isn't here anymore. Calls me miserable. Says I don't have a personality because I don't like a stupid ass British game. It wasn't funny, Sims. It just wasn't funny. Okay, I'm sorry. You know, it's funny with that game too. What was it called? I can't even remember the fucking name. Thank goodness you're here now. That's how unfunny it was. Can you remember the name? I was so nice about not enjoying that game too. And then Sims honestly taught me a valuable lesson last week, is that people on the internet are just gonna, if you say anything negative, you know, they're gonna take it as you said like the worst thing ever, no matter what. So you might as well just completely shit on a game when you don't like it.
Mm.
And I will be talking about Star Wars Outlaws later, so then we'll get there. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Humor's like, you know, entertainment's already subjective, and like humor's like even more so.
Even more,
you know?
even more. And that game relies entirely on its sense of humor. That's all it is. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's all there is. That's all the game has to offer is its writing and its sense of humor, and it didn't work for me.
Yeah, and that's fun.
And it was stupid. It's just British people saying the word sausage. You know, it's not that funny. It's not that funny. Get over yourself, Steven.
With their accent. Oh, yeah, you have an accent. Very funny.
Yeah, hilarious. Oh, and we say sausage.
Yeah, right.
Hilarious. Calm down over there, England. All right. I think it's because England finally puts out a product and like people seem to be liking it and they review it well, and then I just shit all over it. Just like their low counting Olympic medals. You know, they got like 7.
Can't compete with USA.
We had like 140 something.
Yeah, we had like 30 more medals than the next highest.
Is what it is, you know. Oh, just better. I'm just better.
You fat Americans.
We're the thinnest country too, and the fattest.
We just always winning.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Dope shirt.
Is
that his Tears of the Kingdom design? I can't really see the arm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the arms right here.
Cool. Stoked for that Zelda game. Previews look really good.
I haven't really been looking at the previews, but
like end of December or September. Can't wait. September a packed fucking month, man.
Yeah, it is. It's tough. There's just so many games coming out in the next like 4 months.
Yeah, rough, man. Fall season just hits you out of nowhere, you know. Past the boring summer, and we're like, oh god, video games.
Yeah, there's a wall of games, and it's like people just need to start. There's always time to be playing a game, right? So like, just pace your games out. Every month you could put a game out. It doesn't matter. Right?
We don't have to group them all right in the fall, you know. Just your game's probably not going to sell that well in the fall, anyways.
It's like spring.
Everyone's just going to be buying Call of Duty, so it's like what are you guys all coming out for right now? You know.
Yeah.
Like you want to get out before the big Christmas rush. You think these moms are going out to buy fucking Silent Hill 2 remake for their kid? No, they're going to buy Call of Duty. you know,
sure. Madden.
And Madden, yeah, exactly. Speaking of that fucking college football game, holy shit! See how much that game sold? I know you guys talked about it a little bit last week, but
yeah, I don't remember the number. I remember it being number 1.
Yeah, I don't know about the exact copies, but it sold. It is now the number 1 highest selling game of the year in the U.S. Granted, which is already insane. And then, but you add in that pack that came with Madden too, and that's the number 6 highest selling game of the year already. So it's like Jesus fucking Christ.
So is that what that was? Because we talked about it last week. That's what that number 2 spot was the double. It was like
it was the double pack. Okay. Yeah. And I believe that also got you early access to the college one. Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's we talked about this as it was released. Like, I think people have vastly underestimated how big college football is.
Yeah.
Like,
It has to do with the comeback of that game as well, I gotta assume,
that's
you
true.
know? Like, I assume that that game didn't sell as, like, this high, insanely high like this when it was just a regular yearly release. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, I think we'd have to go back and look. But
yeah. Those are crazy fucking numbers. Huge bump for console sales too, because the game's only on Xbox Series and PS5. That's it.
mhm.
So huge bump for those as well. Much needed bump for
Yeah,
this year.
maybe that's selling consoles.
Oh, it definitely
Um,
is.
um, like it's gonna be crazy when EA has two football games that are in the top five at
Hmm.
the end of the year.
Hmm.
Like top five is gonna be Madden, college football, Call of Duty, Black Myth Wukong, and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I don't
It's like
know about Black Myth Wukong, considering it will be worldwide, but I don't know about just considering Circana is only US numbers, you know? I don't know
oh,
how
so only
high.
US
Yeah,
numbers? That's
Circana's only
okay.
US, so it's like I don't know how high Black Myth's gonna
That's a good
actually get up
point.
there. They just announced today 18 million copies. Fucking insane. But
Yeah,
yeah, I wonder just how many are in China.
majority is
Is
probably
it
China.
15 million-ish in China, you know? Which is also insane. They got to start breaking through these market. All these places should be looking at that game right now. And all these publishers should be, because
Yeah,
that's like the first single player game in at least recent years that is breaking through in a Chinese marketplace in a big way.
it's because of the Chinese story that it is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
it's just
why.
interesting because it's like I know the game's not that much of a story. It's more of a Souls game than anything. It's like Elden Ring didn't sell that much over there, you know? It's just like do they just
What are they
really
doing
like
not
Soul
playing a better
games, or
game?
did they just not exactly? It's like, okay, there's a better Souls game out there than this already. It's just weird that they all picked this one. I wonder how much of it has to do with it being Chinese developed too. Like do they just want to like support
It's
their own
Chinese
a
developed,
lot?
Chinese lore.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of a yeah
mix of all things.
mix of
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah,
Dude, if I'm one of these big
it's
publishers, I'm like, dude, I'm buying a fucking Chinese developer right now. You
it's
know?
also kind of everywhere, right? Like
Yeah.
except for Xbox, but like it is on PC and it is on PlayStation. It's selling consoles too for them,
Hmm.
which I guess that makes sense.
Just
Like it
it's
only can
interesting
do.
too because I know Steam is like a different version of Steam over there. Like, not every game that's available on Steam in the US is available in China. Not even
That makes
close.
sense.
Like I think it's
Yeah,
like a huge cutoff too. So I
I
gotta
mean,
imagine this. Like I don't know. Maybe Elden Ring isn't even available in China. I really have no idea. But
good question. I mean, it's published by Bandai
yeah,
and Namco.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I really wonder what Black Myth will end up as a year for worldwide total
Yeah, I didn't think
sales.
about it being US only. So yeah, maybe it's not in the top five, but definitely Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and the two football games.
Yeah, yeah. Star Wars Outlaw sales apparently not hitting to what Ubisoft
Yeah,
expected, which is
maybe still top 10, but who
yeah, I
knows?
don't know. I gotta imagine I'll hit a top 20 at least, but yeah, I don't know if it's gonna actually get up there now. It doesn't really seem to have super good word of mouth either, the game. So I don't know. Maybe after a little
Yeah, I
while,
bought it. I want to play it.
I beat it. I'll talk about it later. But
Okay.
yeah, it's very very curious to see how sales work out the rest of the year. Obviously, you still got Call of Duty, so that'd be the biggest thing. But Daniel, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Very interesting indeed. I'm
Say the
excited to get
least.
into this first one. First up, then, after only 2 weeks of the game becoming available, PlayStation has decided to shut down Concord and offer refunds for anyone who has purchased the game. Daniel, this game launched 2 weeks ago. Not even yet. It's 13 days the moment we're recording this. The estimated player count in total, I forget. I don't know where they got the PlayStation numbers, but they obviously are able to get Steam numbers just from the website. But the estimated number in total was 25,000 copies sold. 25,000. I'll repeat that. 20. We were just talking about Black Myth Wukong selling 18 million. Concord sold 25,000.
Yeah, this is like Redfall sold more than that. And people looked at Redfall
Game
as
Pass.
yeah, it's
It's
on
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass. It still probably sold more, dude.
I don't even know what to say. Like I know that like not it didn't have that much like hype around it or buzz around it, but like that's crazy. For it being a
Yeah,
first party game to not even hit like 1 mil is that's brutal.
tough. Tough. Yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to like start at the beginning. So
Sure,
go
yeah.
back to 2021. PlayStation and Xbox both buying things back and forth. You know, they're going for tit for tat there with the acquisition wars, and PlayStation buys Firewalk. I don't remember if this is before or after Bungie. Might have been before, a little bit before, I think.
The
Was
buying or like the deal of
the
like making a game?
the buying? You know, like
Mm,
actually the acquisition
I think no, the buying was until recently. Because remember they had like a deal
of
with them where they
Firewalk.
were, yeah, I think they were like
Really?
making a game,
Okay.
and then they were like, then they bought them.
Okay.
Similar to what's the other one? Which the Jay Gray one?
That is Fair Games over at I can't remember the
Yeah, Fair
studio's
Games.
name. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But remember they had only like partnered and then they bought them.
yeah,
So I
yeah, I
think it's
remember
the same
that.
thing.
Okay, so similar. I think they both got acquired around the same time. I can't remember. Whatever, it
I
doesn't
think so.
matter. They both got acquired under the Jim Ryan era, right?
Yeah.
Going for this live service push. We all remember the hey, we're making 12 live service games now. Obviously, years later now, they pulled that back. Still got these few live service games they got to get out. And here's the first one, right? Under the first party banner, right? You know, I know people say Helldivers, but Helldivers is still a second party
Or
deal.
Last of Us factions too.
Sure, but canceled, not a real game,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it really, this is like the first main one from their first party stead of the studios they acquired, right? Out of the
Right.
Bungie, whatever the Fair Game Studios called, and Haven. Haven is their name.
Haven. That's
Yeah. And Bungie, right? This is the first
mhm.
one out of the first party games. So we're all kind of waiting to see how this looks. We get to state of play in 2023. We get a short teaser trailer for this game. We're told it's one of the live service
When was
games coming
the
from the new
first
store.
tease?
That was at the disappointing state of play in like May 2023. If you that was where
Okay.
Fair Games and Concord were both showed, if you
Right.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And we
yeah,
were both like, what the fuck? You literally just
Mhm.
showed us CGI trailers for two multiplayer games? Okay.
Yeah,
Great, we'll
yeah.
see how that goes. And it was the one with the burger in it.
It was the burger one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. See, this is when we could have all still been optimistic about this game a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, look at
oh,
that
there's a
burger.
burger. Yeah.
It's so
Like,
realistic.
wow, there's rainbows and burgers. This is gonna be awesome. So fast forward to the most recent state of play back in May. We finally get a little bit more a long viewing of this game, right? We get like a whole 15-minute chunk of gameplay and a CGI trailer and all that. And then that's kind of where the trouble begins, right? Because the fan reception to that was just kind of
Started with the cinematic
right,
stuff.
right. The fan reception to it was just kind of like it wasn't even like that. It was necessarily looked stupid or bad. It just looked dull. You know, it just
Mhm.
looked like no one
And
really is into this. This just looks like a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy, and
yeah.
then you guys are kind of combining that with Overwatch, and now we're fucking here where it's just like that's what it was. Well, I guess back up a little bit more. Beta does pretty bad, but you know, then you hear some whispers
Some
of people that are
mixed.
playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Liked
like
it. Yeah.
I guess that's the big thing with the whole game is that at no point did anyone really say this game's awful. You know, like this is a
Yeah.
bad game. No one should play it. That never really came up in the conversation for this game. It was just no one was talking about it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to the beta. Beta comes out, mixed reception, and then we finally get here to the release date, and it just falls completely flat. I think everyone forgot it was even coming out. You know, like I saw no real talk about this game in the lead up to it, like the week or two before it was coming out, and then it finally does come out. 600 player count on Steam, which is just awful.
I think Avengers did better than
I mean, I'm sure it did, but like dude, Foam
what was
Stars probably
Redfall?
did better than
What
that.
was
You know,
Redfall?
I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Because like Redfall probably did better than that.
Redfall probably did better than that. I mean, go take anything, and it probably did better than
I was
that.
just trying to think of like other like first party big failures. And like
Oh,
Redfall was
sure,
big.
sure, yeah.
Like I think Redfall did better than that. I did you see didn't Babylon's Fall wasn't that higher player count at
Yeah, I
launch?
saw that one. I think, yeah.
Unreal.
Babylon's Falls higher than that. So we get here, and then you know, and now we have the estimated number 25,000 players altogether with PlayStation 5 and Steam, and that is just awful. That is like truly an embarrassingly low number. And yeah, now we're here 2 weeks, a week and a half later. PlayStation decides to just pull the plug entirely and take this
Yeah,
game
it's tomorrow,
offline.
right?
Yep, tomorrow
I
it
guess
goes
by the time you're
offline.
hearing this, it's today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you can no
Friday.
longer play Concord. I do like the people trying to get the platinum. I don't know if you've seen any of this. It's so funny. Get the platinum before the game goes offline. Apparently you could like get
So
XP very quickly if you just keep killing yourself, get through a match very fast. So people
so
are
yeah,
like
what is
doing that.
there what trophy are people trying to get?
There's like one to get the highest rank. and that's like seems to be the main one that people
Oh,
are still trying to
okay.
get. So it's like people are trying to get through matches as quickly as possible to get the most XP or something like that, so they can pop the platinum before it goes offline.
Trolling themselves.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, PlayStation takes the game offline, and they say they're gonna reevaluate how they want to handle this game going forward, and maybe we'll see it again, maybe we won't.
Maybe in a free to play capacity.
Yeah, we don't. So yeah, what do you think from here now? Where does Concord go from here? Is there any life in Concord at all from
Mhm.
here? Like, is it possible to bring this thing back at all? We have seen games turn around in the past, but not to this extent. Like 25,000 players is low. For every
Yeah.
game you could name that had a good turnaround, especially in a multiplayer capacity that had a turnaround. There's been tons of games that have come out fallen flat when they first came out, and then risen up in popularity, turned things around, came out with different updates, DLC and whatnot. So yeah, where do you think Concord goes from here?
I mean, I would, if they want to keep it going, and that's the biggest question: do they want to or not? But I would say if they do, I mean, it would have to be free to play. Like, what what really sucks for me? It's like how much I hate free to play. Like, this kind of sucks sending like PlayStation a message like, yeah, maybe don't charge for multiplayer. And that kind of sucks because like Helldivers, people did, they charged for it and it still did well. But I don't want to be encouraging free to play, Like I don't want to encourage more battle passes and free to play games. But that seems to be maybe the way they would have to go if they want to keep going.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't even know if that would help. You know, like if it's falling that
Too late.
flat
Yeah.
to 600 players on Steam count, that is like I can't stress enough how low that is. Like that's bad. That's honestly like I honestly think what's gonna happen is PlayStation's gonna close down the studio. I don't think they're gonna keep them open. I don't even think these guys are getting a second chance. I think that is such a low number to the point where PlayStation is probably just pissed and they're like, how do we get our money back in any way possible? It's not the
Mhm.
developers' fault. It seems like they made a solid game, but it's just in the times
Yeah, I
we
wonder if
live
they
in right
would.
now with how tight all these
Yeah.
companies are and money and whatnot. I honestly don't think these guys are going to be given a second chance. Even if it was like 100,000 players altogether, that's still super low, right? But it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's a quarter of that even. So it's just, what do you do? What do you do? There's no interest in this game at all. You would have to completely revamp something here. I don't know if they could like change. I know a lot of people complain about the art style. I don't know if they could like change the art style up, something
That's
to
a
make it
big
more.
task.
It is, but I always remember that Tony Hawk game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I think it was 5, where they changed the
Oh
art
yeah.
style 2 weeks before the game.
Yeah.
That shit was
And
hilarious.
people hated it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it looked horrible. Um, but yeah, I just don't know what you could do that could drastically change the reception to this game, the aura around this game, because it's just like it's worse than even a Foam Stars, because at least Foam Stars just look so stupid, and goofy with the characters, where you're just
Got its
like,
own style.
what is this ridiculous shit? And like
Yeah.
someone will download that and play it, just be like, what is this? A stupid looking Splatoon ripoff? Great. This it just looks boring. Concord, it
Yeah.
just looks so boring. Like the characters look boring, the art style's boring, everything about it is boring, and no one's talking about it. So yeah, I really don't even know if going
Maybe if
free to play would help all that much. I feel like this right here, this news has given it more publicity than the game ever had. So like
yeah.
maybe now you could use this as like a springboard to jump off and then go free to play and be like, hey, remember that Concord game that got the PlayStation shut down? It's back in January or whatever, right? And maybe you could get a little bit of an audience there then.
I'm a little shocked that they didn't like before like announcing the servers to go shut down for now. Like I'm surprised they didn't even try to put it on PS Plus
Yeah,
for like
it
a
should have
time. Give it
always
a
launched
month.
on PS Plus.
Give it like a month on PS Plus. See if that does anything.
Yeah.
And then maybe reevaluate it after that. Like the fact they're not even getting like a month, a couple months,
Yeah.
they're getting weeks like that. That sucks.
Yeah. And I know it's a big studio too, so maybe PlayStation tries to keep them on for some support capacity. Maybe they even try to let them get a second crack at another game, but it's gonna be
Have them work with Haven.
yeah,
Let them be
yeah,
a support studio for that
for
game,
that, yeah,
or Bungie with Marathon or whatever.
yeah, something
Like
like that. There's a lot of ex Bungie employees at that studio, so I do wonder if they do end up in a supporting role for Bungie. Like that might be a good
That's
fit
the
for
next two
them.
games they got that are live service,
Yeah.
Fair Games and Marathon.
So that's another thing I'm very curious about is what does PlayStation do here in the live service route? Because clearly this is not working out, at all. The
Yeah.
plan that was laid here for these live service games is not. Majority of them got canceled, right?
Mhm.
Bungie is in the shitter right now. Like they're doing worse than they probably ever have.
Gotten
Uh,
rid of heads of the studios,
yeah,
or like creative heads, like
Concord, no one cared about, and Fair Games, everyone is already a joke.
I mean, Helldivers did great, but even Helldivers is like, I mean, not a lot of people are playing, and not as many people are playing it right now. Like, that's not a it seems to have peaked and it's gone, which is fine.
Helldivers was a tremendous success for them, but it was not the that game's not becoming the next Fortnite,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and that's what they want clearly.
It's not
They
printing money for them.
exactly they want an Apex Legends, they want a Fortnite, they want a whatever one of those, and they
Yeah,
kind of already have that in Destiny a little bit at least, maybe
that's
not so
true.
much now, but it's like maybe you guys should just stick with that because clearly it's like the whole Bungie being able to dictate what they're doing with these live service games, giving them that expertise in the live service area that PlayStation needs, isn't working either. So it's just like I understand the want and the need to do live service and multiplayer games. They have to. They have to do something there in that area. That's too much money left on the table. Same thing with mobile. They have to get going in mobile as well. Both those things are too much money left on the table to not be in there in some way. But the route they went with these live service games, Jim Ryan's plan for this live service initiative has just completely failed, and they really got to just throw it all out and start again. Because I mean, the last hope now is Fair Games to that come out and be some sort of success.
You don't think Marathon?
Marathon as well, but it's just like that's not looking good right now. That's sounding very rocky right now. Like I said, Bungie's in the shitter right now, and it's just like maybe they can pull
Yeah,
it around. If any studio can pull that around, turn that whole thing around, it's Bungie. But
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see for all that, right?
yeah. We haven't even really seen gameplay of either of those games, right?
Mm-hmm. I'd
Surprised we still
imagine Fair
haven't.
Games is next year. I could see that being like spring next year or something like that. Maybe summer. I don't know. It depends where
Yeah,
Death
well, then what about
Stranding's gonna
Marathon?
go come out and all that. I don't even think Marathon is next year. Marathon just recently came out with didn't the director just leave or some shit?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think he was a part of the layoffs, wasn't he, or
Oh
did
well,
he leave? Or
I can't. We'll look it up. We'll look
yeah,
it
I
up.
can't remember if he left or was he a part of these layoffs. I don't remember.
Yeah. But
Um,
regardless, it's just I don't know,
no,
man.
he
It's
did
it's
leave.
a
He left.
headache. Like PlayStation is not good at making these live service games. Just as a publisher, they're not good at publishing multiplayer live service games. They never have been. So they needed that expertise. So, like, I don't
Yeah,
even think it was the wrong move to purchase Bungie and have them give you some expertise in that area. You needed someone to, but it's
yeah,
just it just clearly just hasn't worked out. Let's see here with the marathon thing.
yeah. I think you're right. I think he did leave.
Top director at Bungie was fired after misconduct
Fired.
investigation. He's fired.
Yeah. All right.
Chris
Even
Barrett.
worse.
And this
All right.
this article's from a week ago at Bloomberg, so Jason Schreier. So yeah, so it's not looking good for that game either. And that's another top level talent at Bungie that they just lost. One who's supposed to give them that expertise that they need to get into this
And then
live service thing.
we talked about Noseworthy and Luke Smith,
Yeah,
Mark
a couple
Noseworthy and
weeks
Luke.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. It's like those two are the creative heads of Destiny. Gone. Like, all right, what are you gonna do with that game now?
So now you own Bungie, which is a shell of itself. You own Firewalk, which put out the most uninteresting game of the year with like the lowest player
Hold
count of
on.
the year.
Maybe the most uninteresting PlayStation first party game ever.
It probably is. This has to be the biggest failure in PlayStation first party history. It has to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
I
25,000
How could
copies.
one be less? How could one be
Yeah.
or bigger?
Yeah. Like, name me another PlayStation first party studio game that sold 25,000 copies. You can't find them,
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. And then then back to the live service games, and then they have Haven with Fair Games, which no one found appealing. That trailer, it's already kind of a joke online, but I don't. Maybe the game comes out. We all got to see gameplay of that. It's
Yeah.
they let off on the wrong foot with that game, but maybe they can turn that around. Maybe it'll end up being a good game. It's a lot of ex Ubisoft employees. Ubisoft has made Rainbow Six Siege, which is a liked multiplayer game, right? Is kind of close to
Oh,
maybe a
season,
step below of
huge.
one of those. Yeah, it's huge, but it's like a step below Fortnite, I guess. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It just
Not
had
like
it
that
just had a
popular, but
long tail. I mean, that game came out
right.
like 2015, I think.
Yeah.
2016, something like that. Like it's been a long time.
And maybe that's something PlayStation should learn with Concord. Like, should they have kept it online? Should they have just stuck it out and been like, no, let's just stick at it, keep getting better, listen to the small audience we have? Or was it just too small? You know? Was it
Yeah,
just
maybe do that with Helldivers.
yeah, yeah.
You know, yeah. This is what a crazy story
Yeah,
for
man.
this game. This is
Insane.
just
2 weeks later, it's like, and you can't even feel bad for the people that bought it. No one bought it. You know, it's like, it's no one to feel bad for it. Like,
there's two more levels of crazy. You ready? I'll get crazier.
yeah.
Number one, there's also that controller. They made a dual sense
You know, Danny, I
limited
thought the
edition.
controller looked pretty dope, actually.
I'm
The
not saying that it
Concord
did or
one?
didn't.
Sure, okay.
I'm just saying like they made a controller for this game too. Like they were really pushing it. And speaking of really pushing it, Concord is supposed to have an episode in that Amazon TV show.
Yeah,
the
the Secret
game.
Files show or whatever.
Yeah.
That's gonna be watch that episode just be awesome. We all love it.
Like, wait a second, we need to go
Wait a
play
second,
this game.
Concord's fucking dope.
These characters are awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It turns it around. They bring it back online. I saw this thing going around that like we all got a gaslight PlayStation and convincing them that we want Concord back. then, and then no one play it.
That's like gaslighting Sony Pictures into putting Morbius back into theaters and then no one
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it.
exactly, exactly. We've gotten Sony before with this. We can do it again.
Oh, Sony listens. They put Morbius
Everyone
back
sign
in
a
theaters.
petition, say, "Well, I'll play Concord if you put it back out," and then just no one
It gets
has a
like
lower.
hundreds of thousands of signs.
Yeah.
It's like, you're gonna buy the game?
Whoa! Holy shit! Concord's really popular. There's like 3 people playing it. That would be great. So yeah, here we are, Concord, man. I hope the studio doesn't get shut down ultimately, but
Yeah.
I
I don't think that they will. But
you don't think
you
so?
never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
we don't know.
like I said, they do have to keep trying with these multiplayer games. You know, it's like, so you might as well keep them. You know, it's you need someone to make that, and clearly they can't have their major first party studios doing the multiplayer games because, like Naughty Dog said, it just would change the entire studio and takes up too much time. So you can't have those guys doing it.
Well, you need studios like Firewalk that can be multiplayer centric.
Exactly. Like you need multiplayer centric studios to do that because also you're going to piss off your core fan base if you keep letting your first party studios do that. That was another thing Concord had going against it, and what Fair Games will have going against it as well, is that the core PlayStation audience does not want these things, and they will deliberately go out of their way to not
Yeah,
buy
we'll go
these.
play Call of Duty.
Right. Well, like like the guys that are buy every first party PlayStation game, you know, they buy the Spider-Mans, the Uncharted, they love those. They're not buying Concord just because it's a multiplayer game and they don't want
Just
Sony
because it's
to
a PlayStation game.
right. It's they don't want I'm just trying to say they don't have their core audience for these games. They don't have their
Sure.
core audience backing them for these games. So it's an uphill battle the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, and like if they do want a shooter, like there are better shooters,
Right.
more successful, like Call of Duty, right, or Apex. Like,
Yeah,
they'll go
yeah.
play a shooter like that. You know.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, maybe PlayStation is just gonna come to the conclusion that they're just not meant to be making these live service things because they're just not good at it, and they just go back to PlayStation 4 where they just leaned really heavily into third parties for the multiplayer side.
Yeah, just make deals with other people.
Yeah, and that's really all you can do. I mean, you could keep trying, obviously keep Bungie, but it's like, you know, you can keep trying with these multiplayer things. It's just, you know, and I know like MLB is pretty successful and that has an online component. GT
Sure.
successful,
That's
that
true.
has an online component. And then obviously Helldivers 2, very successful, but that, I mean, seems to be a little rocky right now. I don't think it's going to be as successful as they want it to be, but still ultimately
Well,
a huge success.
Helldivers is the one I'm most interested in because it did have that level of success, and I wonder what's the name of that team?
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead, right. Then they were doing super well, especially in that like first month of like adding things and like how they were adding things, you know, secretly and like letting people find it. So like there was some secret sauce there. Like I wonder if PlayStation is like gonna let them keep doing things, or are they gonna like let Arrowhead move on? Like,
I mean,
I
it's gonna
wonder.
be up to them, right? Because it's they don't own them. So if they want to move
Yeah,
on, they can move on. It's not a
that's
first
true.
party team. They can't just
It
command
sold
them to
well.
do whatever they want. They do own the IP and the license to Helldivers too. So it's like they do own it in that front. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like all multiplayer games go through these ups and downs though. No, not to the extent of maybe the Helldivers
It
2
depends on
thing.
the game,
But like,
I
I feel like
guess.
all of them, like there was a time where Destiny was very low, right? Like in the
I mean,
first
Destiny, it
Destiny,
was always, expansion was really popular, and then there's a lull
hits a
between
low.
each
Yeah,
one,
I
and
feel
then
like there
another
was a huge low
expansion.
after Destiny right after it launched too. And not that
Um,
Destiny and Helldivers 2 are the same type of game, but like they're
yeah,
they're in that same live service genre. So it's
yeah,
I just feel like all these. I mean, we were just talking about Siege, right? There was a time where Siege wasn't that popular. That game was
that's true.
able to go back
Right at
up
the
and
beginning
down.
of Siege.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I think Helldivers 2 could turn it around and then turn into. I mean, shit, might even be more popular in like a year or two from now. But
yeah.
I would kind of doubt it. Maybe they just move on to Helldivers 3 and then try to lay that one as a good base to build up on the live service
Mm,
thing. But
sure.
I don't know. I don't even know how fans would necessarily feel about that. If they like, do fans want a Helldivers 3 or do they just want Helldivers 2 to be expanded on?
Good. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe unless they do more story stuff with it,
Yeah.
have like story and a multiplayer component.
Yeah. Wild year for PlayStation. Wild year. I mean, Astrobot open review scores just came out today. It's like the highest rated game of the year. So it's like in a single week, Sony has had the highest highs and the lowest lows
Yeah,
on their first party
but
side,
they're
which is
they're
pretty
just
crazy.
like PlayStation's just been in a weird way for a couple years now,
This
right?
year has very much reminded me of PS2 gen PlayStation in that they're making tons of third party deals to get exclusives on their
Yeah,
platform,
that's true.
tons of second party deals, right? And those are all coming to fruition. I think if you're just a guy that owns a PlayStation and you play a lot of games, but like that's your main place to play is a PlayStation, you're
You're
happy.
good.
You're
Yeah, you're
good. You're
good.
great. You got some great exclusives this year from Final Fantasy Rebirth, Stellar Blade, which is also a second party thing. Probably a couple I'm forgetting. Rise of
Helldivers.
Ronin, Helldivers, all that. It's just on the first party side, they've been behind this whole generation. So I
They
guess in
only
the
had
beginning
one
they were
solid.
fine.
Yeah, it was 2020, and it was just because it was like they had good PS4 stuff and a couple things at launch.
Yeah.
It was
They
really
had a
only
great launch year.
2022. 2022 was pretty strong with God of War
God of
and
War and Horizon.
Horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then really like they had what really nothing in 2021. They had
Ratchet and
Ratchet and
Clank.
Returnal,
Yeah.
which were
Well, that
great
was actually a
games,
good year
but they
too.
didn't sell super well.
Sure. Yeah.
And then last year they only had one, which sold super well, which was Spider Man. So they've been a little inconsistent. Um,
Yeah, and the first party side has just been interesting because they haven't really. It just hasn't felt like the PlayStation side, the first party side, has gotten going this whole generation. Like I felt like God of War, Ragnarok, and Horizon Forbidden West were games we were looking forward to when we were all on our PS4 still.
yeah,
And not to mention those are also PS4 games, so it's
right.
like it just really hasn't felt we're really just waiting for the big
I
kickoff
mean, to
here.
be fair, if we're gonna be honest, like it's not like Spider Man 2 felt like a PS5 game. It just felt like
No,
another
not
PS4 game,
necessarily.
Like it didn't really do that much that like I don't think they could have gotten that game on a PS4.
Sure. Yeah, no,
Um,
I could agree with that. Yeah, it just really hasn't felt like where's that slate, that
yeah.
that we're all looking forward to. And I guess to be fair, it didn't really kick off in the PS4 gen until right around now, like 4 years in. Like I remember
Yeah.
Horizon kind of being the big one that like kicked it
Yeah.
off, and then it was just boom, boom,
Maybe
boom,
you
boom,
could
boom,
argue
boom, boom.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Even that was like a solid year
Yeah.
before Horizon came out. Yeah, yeah. So we're kind of in that period. It's just like we all want the big showcase, and then here's the
Yeah.
lineup for the next 3 years.
Because as much as Astrobot like looks great and it's reviewing very well, it's still a $70 3D platformer. I don't know that that game is gonna like be a huge seller.
Oh, it's not. I would.
You know what I mean?
I really hope they have their expectations in check for this game.
Yeah.
Like I would think if this game can get 2 million by the end of the year, that should be a major success. That
Yeah.
should be
I
considered a
would
major
I would
success.
argue if this hits a mill. Like,
Right. Yeah. If we see like a mill in October, like early October, we're like, oh, Astrobot just hit 1 million players. That should be counted as a tremendous success
because
for that game.
I think I saw something that was like 50 people made this game in 4 years.
It was
It's like
60
that's what
people in 3 years.
60.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. 60 and 3. That's what we need. We need more of that.
Right.
60 people making a game in
Good
3 years.
length. I mean, it's supposed to be like 12 hours ish. So it's like, okay, great.
It's like 80 plus levels or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. So cheaper to make, smaller budget, smaller team. Reviewing
Perfect.
super highly. Now, how does it sell? Do people show up? Because there's a lot of talk
That's the
online.
question.
Everybody's saying online, "Oh yeah, we're all gonna buy Astrobot." Will you all be there
I
though?
don't think so. It's a
Or
3D
is that just
platformer.
exactly? So it's like, and you're not selling super high for a 3D platformer unless you're Mario.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
we're
Really,
just
even
not in the era of them anymore.
no, exactly. So I don't know, man. I really just hope they have their expectations in check with that one. Like
Yeah.
like I said, if 2 million
I
by
have
the
a
end of the year,
pre-order.
that should be a tremendous success. Me too. I'm ready to fucking go with it. I can't wait.
I know me and you we like our platform, our
Oh,
3D
dude,
platformers.
I'm so excited. Like I'm so
This is
happy.
getting me ready for that new
And
Mario, you
and
know?
it's like apparently it's that fucking good where it's like in the top 10 highest rated games on Open Critic right now. It's fucking insane.
Let's go.
It's like
Let's
let's
go.
go. I can't wait, bro. It's like
So
we're like
excited.
12 hours out from this game. I can't fucking wait. But yeah, that would be my main thing with Astrobot. It's just please have your expectations in check.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I hope it sells well. Yeah, it's just yeah. What's their
Me
next
too.
game?
Everybody crying about Studio Japan getting shut down. Y'all better be here. Y'all better be here.
This is the
It's
only
like
other team left.
everybody's saying they want Sly and Jack back. You better be here. You better
Yeah,
fucking be here. Because if you're not, like PlayStation, if this bombs too, PlayStation's gonna look at it and be like, okay, never again.
you didn't buy this game.
Right? You didn't buy that one, so don't make this a thing where like 10 years from now we're all clamoring for an Astrobot sequel that we'll never get. And make it a
Um,
thing where we all go out, buy this game, support it, and show that we want more games like this.
yeah, well, I'm supporting with my wallet.
And it'll
You know.
send a message to other companies as well then too. So
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, Concord. Rest in peace.
crazy. Rest in peace, or maybe not. Who knows?
Maybe not, yeah. We will see. We will see.
Uncertain future for Concord.
Yeah. I could see it coming back free to play beginning of next year. I wouldn't be shocked, but
Yeah.
all right, next up then, Remedy has announced that one of its next projects, Control 2, will be co-financed by publisher Annapurna. I believe it's Annapurna Interactive is their full name.
hmm
And also the two companies will work together on expanding Control and Alan Wake franchises into movies and television. Daniel, very interesting here. Annapurna,
Yeah,
Remedy teaming up. Seems like a good fit for each other.
I was gonna say that.
Both kind of weird in their own way.
Yeah, because Annapurna, like, I don't remember what their first game was. Was it Edith Finch?
I think it
But
was
like,
Edith Finch.
because like right around that point was like they were only doing movies. You
Yeah.
know, like that was their first like dip their toe into a different market. You know, so they are already, I'll put in quotes, experts of the movie industry and like that's good fit for um them partnering with Remedy, so Remedy could get more into that. And then like that, then if you look at Annapurna, it's like, oh, it's good partnering with Remedy because everyone loves Remedy. So it seems like it's a win-win here, at least for now. It looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know Remedy games don't typically sell the highest, but they kind of sell a
Yeah.
lot over time. So I think it's a smart move. This is kind of Annapurna's first published AAA game, if I had to guess. I'm trying to think of another one, but
Yeah.
they
What's the
typically stick
highest?
only into the indie realm, right? So it's
Yeah.
interesting to see them expand a little bit, going to AAA here. See how it works out for them. Control 2, very excited for. I don't know how far away that's going to be, considering they're making the Max Payne remakes as well.
Yeah.
I gotta imagine we're kind of at the point with Control 2 where Alan Wake 2 was when they made the deal with Epic. Right around there.
Oh, maybe like 2 more years, maybe.
2, 3. If I had to guess, if maybe the Max
I guess
Payne
it depends on
remake.
how big that is of a remake.
Yeah, I'm guessing pretty big. Like, I think the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes are at least graphically gonna look as beautiful as Alan Wake 2 did. Which has got to be
Yeah.
quite the undertaking to remake that whole
Yeah.
thing into that. But
That's true.
I would hope that comes out next year. I can see that being a 2026 thing. But
You know what? Make it a little easier. They got that character model for like Alex Casey and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah,
Like,
they already have it.
like
I
they,
guarantee that's built into it.
yeah,
Yeah. So we'll
using
see.
that. So maybe it's a little quicker. I don't know.
Yeah, and that obviously being published by Rockstar, so they got some good backings already. But yeah, we'll see how this ends up working out for the television and movie side. That's very interesting to me. I wonder
Yeah,
what route we're gonna go there exactly. I feel like Alan Wake would work really well as a TV series if you wanted to. It's already set up in a chapter by chapter basis in the first and
yeah.
second game, so you kind of have the setup right there already. And then if Remedy is like heavily involved, you get Sam Lake all up in there. Could be something that's very good.
I just don't know if I want his time taken away from the
Mm,
game stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the problem here, right?
let my boy Sam just do his games.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need him. Kind of let like maybe get some like key people to kind of like oversee some stuff, but like let Sam be his game stuff.
That's kind of a problem with a lot of these guys, Kojima, Sam Lake, and
Yeah,
Neil
and Neil
Druckmann,
Druckmann.
right? Is
Yeah,
like you could tell there is a desire for them to make a TV show or a movie in all of them. It's not like I bet all of them have dreamed about that and to some extent.
yeah.
So yeah, it is unfortunate when they get pulled away. I mean, we're seeing it right now, the ramifications of that with Naughty Dog, right? It's like who knows when the next game's actually gonna come out. And I mean, a huge part of that is because of the canceled multiplayer game, but a lot of that too is because Neil was away making the season 1 of the
Mhm.
Last of Us show, right? So yeah, I don't know, very interesting.
Here's
Yeah,
an
but
idea.
go for it.
Here's an idea for like a TV show. I forget what it was called. Maybe you can remember. But the DLC for Alan Wake 2 was that like Twilight
Oh,
Zone
Night
thing.
Springs.
Night Springs. They
Yeah.
could bring Night Springs as a real show,
Oh, that
and
100%
like
could.
have
Yeah.
that be like have like with Mr. Door. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Mr. Door. Have him like be the host or something, and like he could like be a Twilight Zone
I
type thing.
wonder if they would go as far as to get the actors from the game to play Alan, to play
Yeah,
Mr. Door. I mean, that guy's already in a ton of shit. I forget his name now, but he's in a ton of TV shows and whatnot. The Mr.
the
Door
guy that
character.
Mr. Door guy.
Yeah. And then the guy that plays Alan, I know he's more of like a European actor, but
Yeah, he has a
yeah,
different voice,
maybe
right?
he could handle a whole TV show. I wonder if they would do something where it takes place in the game universe, like not just follow Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2 beat for beat.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I wonder if it would be something inside of
Different
that.
events,
Yeah,
different
because that could work very well in a even in a control setting. Like you actually just like that. That's a good idea. If like you just had the FB whatever agents
mhm.
that from the control just going out to different
Be
paranormal
very
things or
X-Files.
whatever. Yeah, 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 yeah. That
They're
could be really
going
cool.
investigating different toasters going crazy, or a fridge or a phone or whatever, different all these objects of power or whatever.
As long as you have what's the dude's name, Auntie, the janitor.
Auntie's gotta
Yeah,
show up,
as long as
dude.
he's in like every episode for a little bit, I'm down.
Yes.
That
Even
could
if
be
he's
very
just in the
fun.
background.
Yeah, just
Just singing
mopping.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just singing. That could be very fun. But yeah, I like the idea of all this. Can't wait for Control 2. Pretty far out from that, but yeah, go Remedy.
Yeah. Yeah, Control is definitely the one that like sold well over time.
Yeah,
We have yet to really see that for Alan Wake 2.
I think it will. I think it'll get
I
up
hope
there.
so.
It's coming out on physical this year, so hopefully that bumps it up a little bit. And
That
then
could, yeah.
as the Control / Alan Wake universe gets bigger and bigger, I think it'll sell more and more just over time. Kind of like Control is now. But yeah,
Yeah, people just don't
I
have
think
good
they're all
taste.
right. No, they really don't, man. Alan Wake 2,
Yeah.
what a fucking game. Think about
Come
that
on
game
now.
all the time.
So good. It's
Jeez.
so
I
good.
have that song, the Road song on my Spotify, and I always hear it, and I'm like,
Uh,
oh, fuck yeah, that's a vibe right here.
yeah, there are some vibe songs in there.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Love that game. All right, so Remedy, looking forward to all that. Hopefully we get like a Max Payne 2 trailer sometime soon.
That'd be
See one
sick.
at like Game Awards or something. That wouldn't
Oh,
surprise me.
yeah. Have Sam come up there.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah.
He has like two pistols. He's like doing the jump.
Oh, shoots Keely.
He shoots Jeff and he takes pain pills and then he shoots Jeff.
He actually shoots the kid that tries to run up on stage.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill Clinton kid. Next up then, Hideki.
Here, let me look at it. I know what you're trying to read.
Hideki.
Hidetaki.
Hidetaki. Itsuno.
Itsuno, yeah.
Yeah, Itsuno, who recently directed Dragon's Dogma 2, has decided to leave Capcom after working for the company for over 30 years. Daniel,
Yeah.
big guy
This
over
is
at
a crazy
Capcom
one.
here. What did he produced majority of the Devil May Cry games as well,
So
I
no,
believe.
I think he produced. I think he was a producer for 1 and 2, but
Mm.
he directed 3, 4, and 5,
Oh, okay. He was
and
the
he
5
directed.
director, really.
Yeah,
Oh, this is unfortunate, huh?
this is very unfortunate for me,
Damn.
because like he directed Dogma 1 and 2.
I didn't
Um,
realize this was this big of a deal. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why it's in here. Because
Gotcha.
this was the Devil May Cry. He basically kind of brought it to its highest with 3,
Right.
and then four has its problems. But 4 is great too, and then 5 is also incredible. So
Right.
like he kind of like brought Devil May Cry to like a big being a big game, and then his passion project with Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, it sucks. He says he's gonna be doing something else, so we'll have to
Crazy.
kind of see what he does.
Yeah, I wonder if another studio's picking him up or if he's starting his own here or something like that. You think he could
Yeah.
team up with the other Devil May Cry guy, the guy that
Well, there's
left
technically it's
Tango?
both of them
Yeah.
because like yeah, it's well there's yeah, the guy from Tango, Mikami,
Yeah.
and so is the guy from Platinum.
Oh yeah.
Um,
They're all three like available
all
right now?
three were, yeah,
Huh.
and they
I
all worked on
wonder
Devil May Cry.
I wonder if they're all cooking something together.
That'd be cool if they're all together. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be really cool. What if they're all making like a Devil May
new
Cry
Capcom.
spiritual successor type of thing? You
That'd be
know,
sick.
that'd be cool. Something
We
like
need more
that.
action games like that.
Yeah. So I wonder, what do you think Capcom's gonna do with Devil May Cry from now on?
I
Because
don't
I
know.
guess we all would have assumed after Dragon's Dogma 2 that this guy would have hopped on to Devil May Cry
Yeah,
6, right?
it's already been 5 years, a
Yeah.
little over.
Yeah. Long
It's been
time.
too long.
Devil May
Yeah,
Cry, one of those franchises. I don't mind having just like a one edge gen though. I'm sure people want more, but like it's one of those where I'm like same with
yeah.
like Final Fantasy. Like I'm fine with just having Final Fantasy 16 this gen and then do another one next gen or something like that.
I just hope it doesn't take that long to get a new one. You
So what
know.
do you think, they kind of promote someone from inner Capcom that knows
Yeah.
Devil May Cry really well, try to make them a director of it? Because surely Devil May Cry isn't just gonna sit around for too long, I'd
No,
imagine.
there's no way. Like it's such a big IP for them. Um, and what sucks is like Devil May Cry 5 kind of ends in like a cliffhanger.
Ooh,
Like
so
I
he
don't
doesn't
want
get
to
to
really
continue
like
that story either.
spoil too much, but
I
like
beat Devil
there's
May
a
Cry 5. I don't remember this.
I don't can I spoil it? I mean it's been
Yeah,
five
go, I
years.
mean you can for me. I don't care.
Okay. So at the end of the game, it's revealed that Nero is actually Virgil's son.
Was Nero the guy where you summon shit?
He's the one with the hand
The one with
missing.
the
He
hand.
had like
Okay,
a demon hand, and now he
gotcha,
has like
gotcha.
all the arms you attach.
Okay,
He was the protagonist of 4 first, so he's actually like Dante's his uncle, and like he's part of the family. But then also Virgil and Dante are trapped in hell. So like Devil May Cry 6 would be cool because like you've been to hell before, but it's only like little like you're not in hell that much. And like having a whole game of like Dante and Virgil in hell, that sounds
that does
awesome.
sound badass. That does sound badass.
Like you could
Virgil
do
was
some
the one that
crazy
summoned
things.
shit.
No.
He wasn't.
Oh, technically that was V, but Virgil's the one with the katana. He
Oh,
always
okay.
has like the blue
Okay.
jacket.
Okay. I remember liking the
He
summon
that
guy.
was Virgil, but like he went by V, and it was like all his powers were gone pretty much or something. Like
Okay.
by the end of the game, he becomes Virgil again.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, hopefully this guy finds a good spot to go work. I wonder if
Yeah.
other publishers are looking at him and like, hey, do you want to come direct something over here? I don't know where else he would go, but
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Capcom's in a weird way because like they have Devil May Cry's kind of sitting doing nothing. Mega Man's sitting doing nothing. Not even a spin-off of Mega Man right now.
Yeah.
Like they have some IP that they're not doing much with.
They're kind of firing on all cylinders on like the games that they are putting out, right? There's
Yeah.
just a couple franchises, key franchises for them that they seem to be missing right now. But maybe they'll get
Yeah.
going on them. There's only so many
Yeah,
people that
Monster Hunter
work
and
there.
Resident Evil are killing it for him, so
Yeah, really are. And I mean, they just put out that interesting game in Kimitsugami.
yeah.
They got the Dead Rising remake coming out in like a
Mhm.
couple weeks here. I'm sure that's gonna do fairly well. I don't know, if, at least sales wise, I'd imagine. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
well,
It sucks that he's leaving,
loss
but
for
we'll
Capcom.
see. Yeah, we'll have to see what he does.
At least he's saying he's staying in the industry, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting older too, so Who knows how much like I mean, what games he's got left in him.
Very true. Our last news story then. Rocksteady is now the most recent studio with the most recent studio to have layoffs, with poor sales of Suicide Squad being cited as the main reason. Daniel, another week, more layoffs. I think there were also more
Yeah.
layoffs at I can't even remember now.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
it
just
really
everywhere. They're
sucks.
just
Yeah,
everywhere.
it really sucks. I mean, I guess to put a positive spin on it, at least a little one, it's like it's better than Rocksteady being shut down, especially with the two heads leaving too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, they could have just been shut down. So, like, I guess we kind of have to be thankful that they weren't.
Yeah, WB Games is so interesting because they just like have one foot out the door in the whole games division right now. It's like they keep saying they might just sell the whole thing off, that they're not like super interested in games, but then they come out like yesterday and say a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy is a priority for them. They sell the number one highest selling game of the year last year. That's not good enough. They sell
I
the
mean, they also
second.
had Mortal Kombat last year.
Yeah, they also, which sold extremely well. Year
Yeah.
before that, they had Lego Star Wars, which sold extremely well. And it's just like, okay, what's enough for you guys? Do you guys really want to be games publishers? Do you guys just want to sell these all off? Because I'm kind of down for that at this point. um,
Or just like use your IP and work with individual like
yeah, yeah,
use this. Yeah,
pull a
make a Star Wars
Disney,
game
you
for
know?
us. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, pull a Disney and just have random publishers working on that big IP that you guys own. I don't know, but then that would just lead to more studio closures. So I don't necessarily want them to do that either. It's just I don't know, man. They're in a weird spot right now.
Yeah, where's Monolith's Wonder Woman game?
Yeah, yeah. That game's actually apparently going through rough patches.
Is it?
Yeah,
That sucks. Like I
yeah.
like
And they
Monolith.
haven't put out a game in since 2017.
Yeah,
You know,
2017.
so that's a long fucking time. That's a lot of money being spent at a studio that's not putting out anything. So
Yeah.
at least Rocksteady put out a game recently. Granted, it took 8 years, but
Yeah, it took a long time. I mean, really their two golden gooses are TT Games and NetherRealm.
yeah, yeah.
They
Right
don't really
now,
seem to
I
miss.
mean, you
And
could throw the guys that made Hogwarts Legacy in there if you want Avalanche if you wanted
yeah,
to.
it's just they've only had really one big hit like that, you know?
Sure. Yeah. 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 I wonder how quick they'll be with the Hogwarts Legacy thing, because I'd imagine you just reuse the map, like obviously add onto it a little, but like pull a Spider-Man 2 and just
Use the engine,
yeah, use the engine,
build.
use the same map. Like you're not gonna rebuild that Hogwarts, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you could just make it better.
yeah, you just make that better. So like I think they could get that out pretty quickly, like 2026 ish.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, like I think they could get that out pretty fast if they wanted to.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
WB needs that.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what they're really trying to go for here. Just put all their eggs in that basket. Granted, they just released that Quidditch game, which
Oh, is it out right
I
now?
think it's out. Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't know how popular that's gonna end up being. I could have
I
seen
mean,
that being something popular, but it doesn't seem like people are really into it. It doesn't really sound like that game's taken off in a big way. So
it looks kind of cool to be honest.
it's probably more in Concord if I had to guess.
Yeah, it's probably gonna do better.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't. WB just in a very strange spot. Yeah, but I agree with you. At least Rocksteady didn't get shut down, and hopefully they just go back to making something single player.
You know what? Let's let them make their own thing. Like
Yeah, or
new
that
IP,
new
you know,
IP.
new
Yeah,
IP from
yeah.
Rockstar.
WB's never done that though. Do they have a single new IP?
That's true.
Yeah, they just kind
So,
of
like, what
use their big IP on
could you
different things.
do? Hmm, do like a new this new DC stuff? Like make them do like a new DC
That's what I
game?
wondered. With James Gunn saying that games will be in the new DC
Yeah,
universe,
a spy or
I mean that's
Superman game.
yeah, that's a prime studio for it. Like, it just depends which character you guys want to pick.
And it seems like they're starting with Superman, right? So do a Superman game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like try to let's do a cool Superman game. Let's make Superman cool.
Yeah, yeah, I'd definitely be down for that. All right, well, we'll see what Rocksteady comes up with in the future. Pulling for him. Just make an Arkham 4. Fuck it.
I mean, that's really what I
Just
want.
fuck it. Just make an Arkham 4. And that's what we all want.
That's what I want. But you know what
Whatever.
sucks is like,
Batman's dead.
yeah, Kevin Conroy's dead.
Fucking dead. Oh yeah, Chemical
And,
Hunter too. I was just thinking Batman in that
oh,
universe is that. I guess there's ways around that, but you know, there's rumors they were making the Batman game. Did you see these recently?
oh, that makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah. Something in that universe, and I think James Gunn denied it, but still could be true. So I don't know, maybe something there. I don't know. That doesn't really feel like a game universe though that you really want to fuck with too much. But
It's a little more grounded,
yeah,
but
yeah, be difficult.
yeah.
I still don't know how that's fully gonna work. I guess I mean I know you brought this up before, but Disney does it with Star Wars and it works out pretty fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit different. I think.
Yeah.
You know, like if they were to make a Superman game, okay, it's gonna have to be a lot like the Superman that James Gunn just puts out then, because that Superman, assuming you would assume you play as the Superman in that one, right? So it's gonna have
Yeah.
to fit into that world. You can't go like super extravagant and make a video game with that because it's gonna have to be real to some extent.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what that movie is, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, but if James Gunn has his creative freedom and he can do what he wants, like maybe he could talk to Suicide or Rocksteady and be like, "This is okay, so this is what you need to do," you know?
Yeah, I would want him heavily involved if that was the
Yeah,
case, right? He would need to be like an executive producer on it and just have his hands all over that thing if
and
he was gonna
he's
do it.
like done game stuff before,
Yeah,
so
I mean Lollipop Chainsaw, right?
yeah,
It's
he wrote that game.
yeah,
Yeah,
remake of that coming out later this year too. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do exactly.
yeah.
Then that'll do it for the news of the week. We now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, you been playing anything?
No,
Nothing. Fuck it. Fuck video games. We out. We done with this bitch.
I have not.
I mean, you pre-ordered Astrobot. You're gonna play Astrobot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
Well, here you go. Astrobot.
maybe this is the
Rejuvenate
game.
your gaming right here.
Maybe we'll
Astrobot
see.
will bring you life, Daniel.
Maybe.
Astrobot can fix me, you know.
No, no, I don't. That's I don't. I don't know if that'll happen.
Oh, it can happen, Daniel. Daniel, it's at a 95 on OpenCritic. Are you kidding me? It's gonna fix you, bro.
True. That's true.
Okay. Well, I have been playing a plethora of things. Not really. Mostly Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay.
I'm also playing the last Vampire Survivors as well. Got
Let's
hella
go.
trophies on that. Oh, dude, that game's fun. That
Yes,
game's
it
a good
is.
time. You know what's crazy is
That's a good game.
Vampire, dude, it has like 250 trophies. So like literally after every game, I'm popping like 3
Is that
trophies.
because of like all the like add-ons they've done?
Yeah. It's like all the add-ons, but you get those trophies even if you don't own the add-ons. I actually bought all the add-ons because they
Oh,
were all like $1.50. So I was
support
like,
them.
fuck it,
Support
yeah.
them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the game's $5 and
Yeah.
there's like 5 add-ons for $1.50. I'm like, okay, give you guys $12 for the best time of my fucking life, you know?
Yeah.
Like
So
I'm
good.
down for that. Yeah. Yeah. But having a good time with Vampire Survivors. All right, Star Wars Outlaws though. So I
I'm
started
excited
the
to hear this.
game.
I have that pre-ordered too, or I bought it.
You
So
got to download it. Okay. Started the game last Monday, whenever the early access thing was. I was able to play like very little last week, so it was like one of those things where I'm playing like 30 minutes to an hour a night, and I'm just kind of like I got to Friday, and I was like, should I just restart it? And I was like, nah, fuck it. I just kept rolling with that character. So this game, oh man, it is such a mixed bag with this game. Is
right here.
Yeah, man, it is. There's a lot of good parts to it, like I hear a lot of people saying this game's like soulless and like lacks any like love and care that was put into it. I don't agree with that at all. I think
It
all
doesn't
the
look like that to me.
no, I think all the love and care and the soul of this game just went into the wrong things. I think
Uh,
it all went into the detail of the world and like
mm,
making this feel like a super realistic Star Wars, like the Star Wars you saw when you watched New Hope for the first time
oh,
or Empire or something like that. They captured that so well, Daniel.
that's
The
awesome.
atmosphere is so there. It is that Hogwarts Legacy experience that the Harry Potter fans got,
Oh,
but in
uh,
Star Wars here. Like go show this game to your grandpa or your dad or whatever the fuck that was super into Star Wars back in the day. Go walk around Tatooine with
yeah,
them and show them that. You're gonna blow their fucking minds. You really are. Like,
that's awesome.
yeah, you're on
Can you go
Tatooine.
into the cantina?
You can go into the cantina. It's super detailed. You can talk to NPCs. You could drive all the way down to Luke's house. You could fucking go. Hey, no,
Is Luke's house there?
it's there. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's all crumbled in a mess because the Empire fucked it up. But it's there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so cool. And like you could see the whole layout of how Tatooine worked and like how far Luke had to drive to get into town and all that. And it's so fucking cool. All that is great. And then you play the game, Daniel.
Is
Uh,
it that bad? Because it doesn't look that bad.
it's not that bad. So here's the problem with the game, right? The game is a stealth game for a vast majority of it. I would say 75-80% of this game is a stealth game. 75-80% of
Mm.
the missions you're doing are stealth missions. And it's stealth in the sense where it feels like an afterthought, the stealth. It feels like an Uncharted, where it's like, yeah, you could stealth and take
Oh.
out an enemy, but then, you're going to get caught and then you're going to get into a gunfight, and that's where the fun actually starts. That's what you're actually looking forward to. You're here for the good gunplay when you're playing Uncharted, right? You're not here for the generic stealth that it has. This game just feels like generic stealth that relies entirely on generic stealth. And majority of these missions are like, you get caught, you have to restart type of thing. And
Oh.
they'll make you restart from the
You can't
checkpoint
just start
at the
firing and
beginning. No, they'll make it's like there's a good amount of missions where you can just start firing. I don't want to say like all of them are, but there's a
yeah.
lot where it's like, no, you get caught, you're restarting the whole thing from outside of whatever base you were just at, outside that checkpoint. And the stealth systems are just so bland here. It's like, so what makes a stealth game fun is options, right? Like a lot of options. I want a bunch of different routes to go. I want to have a bunch of different tools to use at my disposal to have fun with the stealth. I want smart AI with smart
Cool
NPCs,
physics or something.
cool physics,
We could
all that
throw
shit, right?
things and
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And there's none of that here, like at all. I swear to God, the NPCs are so fucking dumb in this game. But then like they'll catch you for like the stupidest reasons or like the smallest thing. Or like sometimes you'll be in a cover thing, but you'll pop out for like a second and they'll see you, and it's like, how did they see me there? But then I'll walk like right in front of them, like a foot next to them, and they don't see me right there or something like that. It's just like it's inconsistent with how you get caught a lot of the time. And it's just the systems that are there for the stealth, you're pretty much just only left with go up behind someone, press square, one hit kill type of thing, right? Or you use Nyx, who's your little animal friend. You see on the
Yeah.
cover of the game, you see in the trailers and all that. You can use him to distract someone. There's not even like a
Cool.
fucking throw rock thing, which is in
Oh.
every game. There's not even that. So there's just so little you can actually do in the stealth that just makes it so unenjoyable. And it's just not fun. It's just crouch, crouch behind something, use Nyx to distract, move up a little, go over there, wait for this guy to turn around, go up, you're done. And it's just so bland in its stealth mechanics, which is incredible to me because these guys make Assassin's Creed, or not this team in particular, but Ubisoft in general. They have
Yeah.
that knowledge to like there's way more fun systems in Assassin's Creed. Like think of like the whole like cloak thing where you like go into the crowd or whatever and stuff like that. It's like there's
Yeah.
none of that here. I thought for sure there'd be a mechanic where you could like put on a stormtrooper outfit and like sneak
Oh
into a
yeah.
base that way, something like that's such a Star Wars thing. They don't
Yeah,
even
it
do
is.
that. They don't even do that.
Mm.
It's just such bland stealth mechanics. And then you get into the shooting when you get into a firefight, and the shooting's fine. It's not awful, but it's
Yeah.
definitely not good. It's not fun. You're not looking forward to getting into a
That's
firefight.
crazy. This is the Division 1 and 2 team.
Are those good at shooters? I've been meaning
Yeah.
to ask
Those are
this.
good.
Like those are
Those
good
are
shooters?
great turn
That honestly baffles me
commentators.
because this
Yeah.
is bad.
That's
This is just it's not bad, but it's mid. It's just like bland combat mechanics
very
as well.
mediocre. Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is you only get the one weapon. You only get the pistol. Now you can upgrade the pistol to do different things. Like there's like a shock ammo you can use to shock. Sometimes guys got like big shields, so you shock the shield and then that. Or there's like you can kind of turn it into a shotgun type thing. So they do a little bit different things with the pistol, but not enough. And then this game has a weird upgrade system where you meet these different characters, and that's how you get all your upgrades. That's where like the skill tree comes in. It's not really a tree, but that's where your different skills come in, and that upgrades the gameplay and makes it a little bit better and better, right? Like typical. And I kind of appreciate that they do it differently than just here's a skill tree, you get XP from doing everything, and then you just put it into the skill tree points, which is just your base open world game. That every game does that. I appreciate them trying to do something a little bit different, but it is just annoying because you got to find these characters and then you have to do specific tasks to upgrade to unlock the upgrade. So it'll be like kill 5 guys by using Nyx to distract and go up behind them and knock them out. And it's like do that 5 times, do something else in these different categories, and you unlock the different upgrades to make the gameplay a little bit better. And it's like okay, fine, but that's still kind of just an annoying way to go about it.
That seems a little annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of annoying at the end of the day. It's a cool idea, but it's just annoying.
That should
Okay,
be like That should be like the way you get like skins or like
Right.
different looks or
Yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah. Like,
weapon or
give me like different colors for my outfits and gun
yeah,
and shit through that. I don't want to.
little challenges.
That
Yeah,
shouldn't be how I rely on upgrading my
instead of
gameplay
XP or
experience
something.
here. Exactly. Yeah. This game also has a weird thing where it's kind of like a loyalty mechanic, I guess you could
Hmm.
call it, where there's different crime factions, right? And there's 4 different ones in the game, and you kind of pick and choose which ones you want to pair up with and be nice to and do things for. And those are supposed to give you some sort of consequence throughout the main story or just other side activities. So it's like I teamed up with Crimson Dawn the whole time. Like anytime I had an option, I gave money or whatever or helped out the Crimson Dawn in some way, just so I was like in good graces with them. And then same thing with the Huts. I did that with the Huts as well. I just want to be in good graces with the Huts because I'm like, oh, these two are cool. Crimson
Yeah,
Dawn. Hell yeah, my guy Darth Maul. He's dead at this point in time, but whatever.
it's true.
Amelia Clark is there. She's fine.
She's
It's
a
not her
character.
talking, but she's there.
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah. I didn't really think about them like
yeah, they didn't
not
want to
giving
shell out the
her.
money for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gave me no indication throughout this whole game of what was going on with the Darth Maul side. Like who took over after Darth Maul? I'm assuming Amelia Clark did, but they didn't really tell me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess they were fine after Maul just died. It's like, come on, like he should. I was hoping they'd like bring him back alive. I'm gonna bring Maul in this game somehow. That's what I
That'd be
wanted.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then the other 2 factions, I was just like, fuck them. And every other time I could betray them or fuck them over somehow, I would do
Do
that.
you have to choose two to
No,
have
you
it
don't
work?
have to. You could try to balance it out and like try to get in good graces with everyone. I'm not sure if that would work well though, because they're all every time you get an option or a choice, it's always 2 of them pitted against each other, right?
Oh, I
So
see.
like you'll get to the end of the mission and like say you just like you got a big cash load or something like that, or you got some information that could be useful to one of the gains in like a side quest or something like that. You will then get the option of like, hey, do you want to give this to the Pikes or do you want to give it to Crimson Dawn? And you're gonna get lower on that scale. It's like poor, good, excellent for the scale of how much the game likes you. And so you're gonna either get lower or higher on either of those scales, no matter which one you pick. So it's just you kind of gotta pick and choose which one you want. I'm sure people have figured out a way to get in good with all of them, but I really don't know because like the consequences weren't really there for that, not until like the very end of this game were there consequences for which side you actually picked, which I thought was a little weird. It kind of just determines throughout the game like which gain is going to be randomly chasing you when you're just riding out in the speeder in the open world sometimes, it's like,
That's kind
oh
of cool though.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like, oh, the Pikes are after me again, it's because I was always just pissing off the Pikes. Fuck
Do
the
they
Pikes.
feel different? Like
What, like
as
fighting them?
yeah, like do the factions kind of feel different?
um
You know?
Yeah, I mean, they all have their own vibe to them for sure,
Mm.
and it's like they're all located on different planets too. Obviously, Huts are on Tatooine, so it's like that has its own vibe to it that you obviously know from the movies. Crimson Dawn's on a different planet, and etc. They're all kind of there. So yeah, they all kind of feel different, have their own vibe to it, and they all kind of have their own main territories on different planets. But yeah, it just doesn't. That whole mechanic just really doesn't add up to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said like to the end it kind of does. Like,
The end it
does
kind
it
of
make it
does,
worth
but it's
it?
like I don't. The end almost feels like it would just be like a Mass Effect 3 type of situation where it would just be one gain replaced by the other if you chose to side with them more. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Oh,
spoil
okay.
anything, but it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it almost just feels like it wouldn't really have mattered which gain I chose because they're all just going to end up doing the same thing. So it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
The game's story is okay. It gets better as it gets going. The beginning
Yeah,
is
I've heard the end is really good.
yeah, the end's really good. I would say even the middle is pretty good. Like it's but the game opens awfully, I think. It just doesn't make a whole lot
Oh.
of sense. I feel like just the way NPCs were talking, especially in the beginning, or just even in like cutscenes and stuff, it just like it almost felt like the dialogue didn't match the tone of the cutscene, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like
Oh, sure.
yeah, we're in like a frantic panic situation, and this guy's like
And
talking
they're
like a
casually
robot.
talking.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's just like I don't some weird shit like that. But that kind of I don't know if I just got more used to that kind of stuff or if it just kind of worked itself out throughout the game. It didn't feel like they knew what they wanted to do to start the game all that much. So it gets better as it gets going, and then eventually the whole the game revolves around one heist and putting the team together for the heist throughout the whole time. And so you're going to each of the different planets to get a new team member, and that's cool.
I
That
like that
feels
idea.
Yeah, that feels like Mass Effect a little bit there, you
Yeah.
know. And then so I kind of treated it like just stay on that one planet until I'm done with that full main quest, and then move on. And those felt really cool. Those felt like Rebels episodes to me a little bit, where it's just like,
Oh,
hey,
sure.
you're meeting this new guy, and you guys are gonna go on this mission to help him out somehow, and then he's gonna join your crew, right? And it's just like those felt fun. Those felt like Star Wars to me, and it's just that was the coolest part is just going to each of the new planets and then just exploring those, seeing what the town looks like, and just being in that Star Wars universe. That was the best part of this game to me. And then yeah, the ending, you get to the ending, and yeah, it does get better story wise there. There's some really cool things that end up happening. I feel like the characters kind of came together a little bit more towards the end. The only thing that didn't work for me at all was, especially at the end, was ND, who's your main robot buddy. He's
Oh,
like
he's on the
the
cover, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on the cover. He's the guy with the trench coat. He's like that
Yeah.
old Clone Wars trooper. I forget what they call him, Super Trooper, whatever the hell it is.
Super
Uh,
Troopers.
yeah, and it's kind of like a lot of it at the end, just like they really emphasize how much they bonded K, who you play as, and D, and it's like really supposed to feel like they came together, like a buddy cop situation towards the end. And I just never really felt their bond throughout the whole game. I just never really felt like Andy's on the ship majority of the game, so he's not really with you that much. And you talk over
Hmm.
comms a lot, but like I never really felt like they bonded. And by the end of it, it's like it felt like they wanted you to think that like they're best friends at the end. And I was like, I never really got that. And so that didn't hit that well for me. But I do think
You
the
can't like
story.
take any of those companions with you
No, it's just
on
Nyx.
anything.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
no.
Okay.
Even when you get the guys for the crew and the heist, they just stay on the ship. Like they might
Okay.
chime in a little bit through comms during the story, but yeah, no, you don't end up taking any of them with you. Maybe they should have treated it more like Mass Effect and have two guys come
Or at
with
least
you.
like a companion or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. That could have worked out well, but yeah, love Nyx though. Nyx is the shit. That is
Yeah. Is
yeah,
Nick's
dude.
cool.
And Nyx is awesome. I almost wish he played as Nyx throughout this game. It might have been a better
That'd be
gameplay
little
experience.
parts where you play as Nyx.
Right, yeah, that would have been fucking awesome. But yeah, sadly you did not. So yeah, and then ship combat as well. Like there's ship combat's okay. It's just fine. It's not the worst thing I've ever played. Flying out in space is just beautiful. Like taking off from a
Yeah.
planet and then just going into whatever space they have up there is really cool. They make the space really unique and like outside of each of the planets. So like each time you go into a different system, space looks a little bit different. There's like one where there's like a giant thunderstorm going on outside of space, and you could like fly in it and like see the rain and thunder
Oh.
going on and shit, and it just looks cool. Getting in space fights looks really cool. What is awesome is like just driving around the world in your speeder. Like the speeder's really fun. And except you hit rocks in the speeder and you just go flying. It's like GTA physics all of a sudden.
GTA.
Yeah,
That's
that's
I
what
was
it
thinking.
feels like. Yeah, it should just go. And sometimes you'll just hit like the smallest rock. It should just go fly it. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I love it.
But yeah, it looks really cool when you're doing
How's the
that.
space combat?
It's
Is
fine.
it's
It's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. It's a lot like the base combat where I'm just like, this is fine.
How's
It's
it
not
compared to Starfield's?
not great. I would say Starfields is a bit more in depth with the system they had there, of
Yeah,
like the whole
sure.
putting different things into other thing like your engine, your speed, and shooting and all that, whatever. I'd say it's a bit more in depth, but it actually feels somewhat similar, when you're actually shooting.
Okay.
So yeah, it's fine. I would say space combat and just base combat are just fine. They're pretty mid. And I would just actually say the stealth is just straight up bad, which is unfortunate because that's what you're doing for majority of the game. So yeah, a lot of hits, a lot of misses in this game, highs and lows. If you're a Star Wars fan, I definitely recommend it. I think you're gonna have a good time. Driving around on a speeder on Tatooine is cool every day of the fucking week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just what I wanted
especially
to.
with how detailed this world is. It's just like that's just fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
That's like I said, show that to the biggest Star Wars fan you're gonna blow their fucking mind. And
that's awesome.
yeah, stuff like that's cool. Some cool cameos, but they kind of rely really heavily on the original trilogy guys. Um, so yeah, I don't regret playing the game. I had a good time, but
How long did it take you?
25 to 30 hours probably, right around there. I did side quests. The side quests are another problem, man. It's just like I want to do more of the side stuff, but it's just it all revolves around the combat or the stealth, you know? So it's just like you got to have those base gameplay mechanics there. Your base gameplay has to be good. Otherwise it just weighs everything else down, and I don't even want to experience everything your game has to offer now, you know? Like how many times I would come on here and told you how I fucking 100% an open world game, you know, something like that. It's just I don't want to do that in this game because of the base gameplay being so bad. And it's just unfortunate, you know. It's a really cool world. It really is. They really did have something here. I don't think it's heartless at all. I think there was a lot of heart put into this game. It's just put into the wrong areas ultimately.
Mm. Yeah, I'm excited to check it out. I'll probably play Astrobot first, but like I do want to play this game.
Yeah, like you're gonna like it, you know. Like I don't think you're gonna have a bad time, you know. Like you're a big Star Wars fan too, so like you're gonna have a good time. That stuff's gonna be really cool to you. It's just
Yeah, probably just mainline it
yeah,
if I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest.
just mainline it.
Explore a
Yeah.
little bit on my own, but then kind of just do
Yeah.
missions.
Oh, there's a card game that's really fucking fun. It's Sabak
Cards
in
game.
this game. Really fucking fun. Really fun. Yeah.
Where do you find that at?
It's there's like stations in every planet. There's like multiple, you know, there's like multiple towns on each planet too. It's like, you know, these worlds are big too. Like these one of them isn't, but one of them's just like a giant city kind of. But and it's like a snowy place. It looks really cool. But the worlds for the most part are actually pretty big. You start off on
Okay.
Kanto, which is the fucking gambling planet in
Oh yeah,
which one was that?
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, that's there. That's where she was born, actually. Okay, it's so you start off there.
All right.
It's like that's really cool. That's a really cool touch. You can like bet on the fucking races of those weird horse things too.
Yeah, those horse things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's there's a lot to love there, man. Especially if you're a Star Wars fan, like I said, but it just falls flat with the gameplay.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, you'll
Anything
like it
else you've
though.
been playing?
No, that's it. Looking forward to Astrobot, ready to go. Gonna platinum it in a week.
Yeah, you get a platinum in a
Fuck yeah,
week.
I am. Fuck yeah, I am. Can't wait.
Okay. Good
Forward
luck.
to it, man. I might
It's a
platinum
lot
it
of.
before the weekend's over, bro.
Oh, you just gonna stay up and not stop playing?
I might just stay up.
All right. You better do it.
It's not that long a game. Was it 12 hours? I could do that.
But you said platinum.
No, what's a platinum then? Like what, 15, 16? You know?
I don't
Can't
know.
be
It
that hard.
depends.
It takes
Maybe there's
forever.
time trial trophies or something.
Ooh. That'd be fun. Make it challenging. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Do we want to rank some characters?
Sure. Let me pull up a list. Let's see where are you at. There you are. All right, we are at 83 characters right now to that we've ranked.
Oh yeah.
So we have ranked a lot so far. Who should we start with? Let's see. We really only have one Mass Effect character.
Do we really?
I think. Oh, let me see. I was thinking like I was trying to like pick where we have a lot of characters. I only see one Mass Effect character.
Did we do
Let's get.
Rex?
Did we do Rex?
I think we did Rex.
I don't see him.
Huh.
I don't see Rex. Yeah. Oh, we did. Yeah, we did. We did. So we have only two Mass Effect characters. Let's do a Mass Effect character though. Yeah, Rex is pretty low to be honest, and I like Rex a lot, but there's just so many good characters.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to rank him like super high. I do love Rex.
Yeah, he is very cool.
Can we do Thane?
Let's do. You want to go for Thane? Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Thane. Yeah, for Mass
His
Effect 2.
fucking having cancer or whatever storyline. Oh my god,
Very good.
heartbreaking. And he wants
Yeah.
to meet his son again. Oh my.
He's got a good
God.
voice. Love his
Great
voice.
Great voice. Great design on Thane.
Yeah, great character. What's the name of that race?
I don't remember. Frog people.
Yeah, fish frogs.
Yeah, fish frogs. That's their fucking name. He always looked like the little blue guy in Hellboy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
His little
yeah,
friend.
he does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that fish man.
Yeah, he always
in
reminded
Hellboy.
me of that.
It's I didn't think about that. Yeah. Okay, so Thane. Is Thane? I'll just do it because we have two other Mass Effect characters. Do you like Thane more than Rex?
I think you gotta put him over Rex just because of the heartbreaking storyline that goes along with him.
Okay. I mean, he's not anywhere close to our boy Garrus. Garrus is
No,
in the
no.
top
I mean,
5.
yeah, Garrus is up there, bro.
So Rex was number 58.
Okay.
Um, let's see.
I'm probably going like 40s somewhere, maybe 30s.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was looking at. So
Yeah.
like a character that I'm looking at here, is he better than Majima
No,
from the
probably
Like a
not.
Dragon
I would
series?
imagine Majima is. Uh,
I kind of like Majima more.
yeah, yeah. I'd imagine Majima just has a lot more story to him as well.
That's true. Majima is at 49.
Okay, okay. What's below that? I mean, we're in the right area.
Yeah, I mean, we're really not that far above Rex. Number 50 is Bayonetta.
What's below that?
51 is Zagreus. Zag from Hades.
It's a good character too.
Yeah, Zag is cool. And number 52 is Crash. Crash Bandicoot.
I could go above Crash. Sorry, Crash.
Okay. Crash is just more iconic. He doesn't have like a ton of
He
character.
certainly
He's
is.
just kind of
Yeah.
goofy and great. Yeah. He does his little dance.
Yeah.
So that's where you want to go?
Yeah. We can go there.
Be the new number 52. Thane. Do you have a character?
Could you do Valerie from Sea of Stars?
Oh. Okay. That's
It's the girl with
the
the blue
orange
hair.
or the blue hair. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the blue hair girl. Okay.
Yeah.
You choose you want to rank her before you rank the guy.
Yeah, yeah,
You like her
yeah.
more?
I do, yeah. She was the main
Okay.
character for me.
Okay. So
So
Valerie.
that's the one who I played as. I really like her.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome story. Great personality as well.
Very cool. Just design, pixel design. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it just
Has that
looks
cool
cool.
staff and whatnot.
Even the guy, like they both just have a really cool
Yeah.
look to them.
I'm actually really looking forward to that DLC that got announced at the
Yeah, we
direct
talked
for
about
like
that yesterday,
yeah,
or not
last week.
yesterday, last week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure Connor's really excited.
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
actually really excited for that. I've been wanting a reason to go back and platinum that game because I only had to do like the side things to get the platinum. Yeah, that'd be a fun time. I'm looking forward to that. Where would she go though?
Yeah. Is she better than Yoshi?
Where is Yoshi?
58.
I mean, you gotta give the Yoshi for the iconic status a little bit.
That's because like Yoshi's below Luigi. Like
Yeah,
our Luigi bar.
it's getting tough with the characters you like and the iconic status, you know, because I like her more than Yoshi, but
Yeah,
the iconic
but we
status
don't
has
always have
weigh
to
for a
rank
lot of something.
iconic above it. But I just
Right,
think like I
yeah.
kind of just like Yoshi a lot too.
Yeah, me too. Me too. He also has headlined multiple games and stuff, so
He's
yeah.
fun in Smash.
Yeah. Yoshi. No, she can go below Yoshi. That's fine.
What about?
Oh, we should have done Garl. Garl's number one for sure. We'll do Garl. We'll save Garl.
Let's see.
What's below Yoshi? Just keep going down from there.
Rex. Number 60 is Banjo Kazooie.
And that's huge iconic status too.
Yeah.
Banjo.
Number 61 is Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
I could go above that.
You think right there?
Yeah.
Raiden is pretty iconic, but like if you like Valerie,
I like the character that much more though. I would say. Yeah.
So we'll put her at 60, 61.
Like,
Valerie. It's Valerie. Is that?
Yeah. Spelt weird, but yeah.
I'm just gonna spell it like how I think it should be.
Yeah, go for it. We know what we mean.
All right. Typing out the game. All right. Did we do Donkey Kong yet?
Oh, no, I remember having a big conversation about Donkey Kong.
Because I think we did Diddy.
Donkey Kong. But did we do Diddy?
Yeah, I don't think we did Donkey Kong. It's tough now. I gotta like go through all of these characters.
I know, now you gotta read them all. Like, do we do this?
Yeah,
We're gonna get one where we rank them twice.
Oh, I'll find it.
They'll be in completely different spots.
Oh no, yeah, we did go through like the Kong family. I don't think that was part of the ranking, was it? Like I'm not even seeing Diddy.
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, no, we did do Diddy. We did do Diddy. That's why.
Diddy,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's why we. Yeah, so we're gonna do Donkey Kong.
Donkey. Not that donkey.
So iconic status,
I mean, huge.
huge. One of the most iconic characters. But I'll say,
Where is he in terms of Nintendo iconic status? Iconic status. Is he top 3?
I mean, who else? Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
is he not number two?
Mario, Link. I would say
I
Link's
might.
a. You put Donkey Kong even above him?
Oh man,
Really?
I didn't think about Link. I
Yeah.
don't know, but Donkey Kong is just older too.
Yeah.
He has history.
Well, that was Cranky Kong. Didn't we determine this? Who was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, we did. We did. We went through. I mean, Bowser's up there too. So like,
He's more
in
iconic than
terms of
Bowser.
iconic status,
Yeah.
he's more iconic than Bowser. He's less iconic than Pac-Man.
You think so?
I think so. I think Pac-Man's much more iconic.
Really?
Pac-Man was a movement.
I can agree he is. I don't know about much more, but yeah, okay.
So like,
But he's also a better character than Pac-Man.
yeah, no, for sure. Pac-Man is really high on this list because of how iconic Pac-Man is.
Right. That's the only thing he has going for him.
His
Really.
iconic design.
Yeah.
And yeah, just all that kind of stuff.
Where is Pac-Man? Like what number?
Pac-Man's at 22.
Okay. You can go above that.
Okay. Yeah, when we start getting into this area, it's tough. So Bowser's at 17.
I would put him above Bowser. I think he has to go above Bowser.
I think so too. I think so too. All right, this will be a tough one. Where is he compared to? So I'm just gonna jump up a bit though. Kirby. He's more iconic than Kirby.
He is more iconic. Kirby's
got the cute factor.
Yeah.
Because then, like, kind of in this area, that's 14. Number 11 is Sonic. Number 10, Zelda.
I would say he has to go below those two.
Below Sonic and Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're still narrowing. So number 12 is Geralt.
What's
number
13?
13 is Nico.
I think right there. I think right above Nico.
Right above Nico, but not
above.
So
Geralt.
you put Donkey Kong above Kirby?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think right?
I mean, don't you? For iconic status, yeah, you kind of have to.
I would for iconic status. So below Geralt, above Nico.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's Donkey Kong is the new 13. He's at 13.
13. We'll move them up. They give us that 3D Donkey Kong game at Switch Team launch.
Or you give me a Tropical Freeze sequel.
Yeah, I'll wear that. Whatever.
I'll take one of those.
Give me a 3D game, but I want Seth Rogen voicing him the whole time. Can we do Tony Hawk?
Yeah, we can. That's awesome. Let's go. Tony Hawk. That's awesome. All right.
Huge iconic status. I mean,
huge iconic. Are you kidding me?
Can we bring in his real world acclimates? Like, he's the first guy to land a 900. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how many fucking X Games gold medals does this guy have?
Yeah, I was just gonna. That's what I was gonna say.
Mario ain't got nothing. Mario ain't got fucking none. Although he might have won some gold medals at the Sonic Olympics.
Mario can skateboard though, for sure.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
He can do everything.
Yeah, I guess Mario never in the X Games, so yeah, maybe next year he'll have to come in and prove himself.
Oh man, Tony Hawk. That's a good. That's a good call.
I really don't know where to put him.
Yeah,
because
so
like there's huge iconic
25?
status just because of the games, you know.
Yeah,
like just taking the video game character of Tony Hawk, like it has to be huge.
Think of like a skateboarder, like you
think of Tony Hawk.
In terms of, you think of like his look, the helmet.
I might have just opened up a whole can of worms here though, because now we're gonna add like Tiger Woods.
No, we can't. We should do Tiger Woods. He's so OP in that game.
Remember when he hit his wife though? He can't fucking.
You remember when he got into a car accident, almost died?
Yeah. Like you got mark points for that.
Why are we laughing at
that? Tony Hawk not out here hitting his wife, you know.
Tiger Woods had a sex addiction.
Wow.
That's true.
Well, we should probably knock Mario a few points for that one then too.
Oh my god. Yeah, how many babies did he have?
I guess that's Luigi, huh? All right, Tony Hawk. I mean, dude, yeah, I gotta put him in like top 25.
You really? Like, is he above like Ezio and Cloud?
Oh, God.
Is Tony Hawk?
It's such a weird thing to try to compare.
I know.
You know, like Is Tony Hawk cooler than fucking Cloud with his 8 foot long sword?
Yeah, Cloud's got a giant sword. Tony Hawk's got a skateboard.
Yeah, yeah.
Skateboards are cool, but
Oh man, I don't even know if I could put him above Sora, because Sora rode a skateboard around all of Kingdom Hearts too, you know?
he's got those big feet though. He's got to get a big skateboard.
Yeah, giant. Yeah.
Sora is at 49.
Okay, nah, he's way higher.
But Tony
than
Hawk,
that.
I mean, yeah,
It's just the games, you know? The games are
yeah.
those
The
were
games are
like
iconic.
those were Call of Duty before Call of Duty. Those were Call of Duty before Guitar Hero, you know? Like everybody was buying fucking Tony
Mhm.
Hawk games. Like it's fucking huge, you know? It's like one of
Introduced skateboarding to a
whole
huge new audience,
new audience, you know?
generation
Skateboarding
of
would
kids.
not have been what it was in the early
For us.
2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah, without the Tony Hawk games.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, maybe 25 is a bit too high.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I would like as iconic as he is. Like, is he above Scorpion? I wouldn't put him
No,
above Scorpion.
probably not. Yeah. Where's
You know what I mean?
Scorpion?
36.
Okay. Keep going down from there.
Samus, 38.
Okay, nah, it's got to be a little bit lower than Sam.
Chris is at 39. Redfield.
Mm.
Sephiroth is at 41.
Mm.
Marcus Phoenix, 42. Sub-Zero at 45.
I'm going to go there. Right
And then
above that.
Riku's at 46. Doomslayer's at 47.
Man, our list, this is a complicated thing
This is
now.
a tough.
It's a
This is
very
tough.
complicated thing
This is
now.
tough.
Because you said Doomslayer. I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I know. And then Chai is at 48.
He's got to go above Chai. I love Chai, but it's
All
like,
right. Dora's at
at
49.
least we're getting a sequel. Chai can go up at some point.
So above Chai, below Doomslayer.
Yeah, we can go there. That's fair. I feel.
I mean, that's pretty high for a Tony Hawk. That's cool though.
Can we do fucking?
Yeah, we'll do one
what's
more.
his name? John Madden.
He's just an announcer.
Can we do
He's
Tom
just-
Clancy?
And he's just on the cover. Yeah, Tom Clancy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Can we do Fergie from Sims Herbs in the City?
Oh my god.
She's in that game.
All right, let's pick one more.
Can we do Bluey from the Bluey game? What about Peppa Pig?
I was just gonna say that we might as well do Peppa.
Man.
Okay. What are we gonna do next? What's calling to me? I'm looking at these franchises. We have so many franchises, so many characters.
Yeah, there's a lot. We're never gonna run out. That's for sure.
Okay, I got a good one. Because I think we only have 2 characters from this series. Let's do Chloe from Uncharted.
Ooh, I was gonna say we did
Yeah.
Chloe.
So I think the only ones we have are. Oh, wait, we didn't even do Nate, right? Oh, we did do. Yeah, Nate.
No,
I
we
thought
did
we
Nate,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, Nate's number 20.
We did Nate. I think we did. Did we do Sully?
No, we
Didn't
didn't
do
do Sully, but
Sully?
we did do your boy,
Eddie Raja.
Eddie Raja. I think those are the only 2 that we've
How
done.
could you forget?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we haven't done any other. We haven't done Sully, which is the best character.
There's one thing I forgot to mention with Star Wars Outlaws. I really hope that game does get a sequel so they can flesh that shit out.
Okay.
Uncharted just sparked that because that's what Uncharted did. Sorry,
Sure.
continue.
For sure. I was just saying that Sully is the best character in the franchise. So Nate's just more iconic.
I don't
so he would
disagree.
rank higher.
I don't disagree.
But Chloe. Where
Besides
would
Eddie
we put-
Raja. Chloe's fucking great.
Chloe's awesome. Has her own game.
yeah.
The only other character.
Lost Legacy, which
in
I
the
feel like
series.
is more and more underrated as time goes on. That was a good
Yeah.
fucking game.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Fairly high, but not like that high, you know?
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
It gets really hard because then you start naming like, oh, 50s Doomslayer, and it's like, well, fuck. that's quite the bar, you know?
Okay, let's start with our Luigi bar.
Yeah.
We always got to start with the Luigi bar. Is she better? Or
Now, where
higher
is
than
Luigi now?
58.
Okay.
I just don't know if she's higher than Luigi. I like Chloe a lot.
I like her character more.
You could probably argue it, but I don't know.
Luigi's a little asshole, you know?
Yeah.
He's, sleeping with his brother's wife and fucking giant nose. Always mean mugging you on the fucking track.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
Big old nose.
Also, it's not the year of Luigi anymore, so it's like we don't gotta give him shit.
True.
When we doing another year of Luigi?
So I'm gonna force this on you then. How
Yeah.
does Chloe compare to Valerie?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I like Valerie more.
Okay. So that's even lower. That's
Yeah,
63.
yeah.
Okay. Uh
Well, she cannot go below Eddie Raja. So
yeah, which is pretty low. I mean, that's 81. But
okay.
how does she compare to Tails? Tails has
Oh,
got an iconic
you
look.
know damn well I'm gonna say she's better than Tails.
Okay.
That little thing. I hope Shadow kills him in the next movie. I really do.
Okay, then we'll go above Tails.
He should do that
We're kind of
move where like Shadow, instead of the rollerblades, he has like one of the ice skis on his fucking
it
bottom
cuts
of his
him.
foot and then fucking spinning back kicks Tails' head off. Be badass. I'd go
Um,
see that movie then. Um
the number
okay.
66 is Isaac Clarke.
She's above Isaac Clarke.
She's above Isaac. Has got a really iconic look.
Yeah.
And design. And,
Yeah. The
what
plasma
about,
cutter, she's not above, but
so what
Isaac,
about
she's above.
Diddy Kong?
She can go above Diddy Kong.
Ooh, okay.
Until I get that 3D Donkey Kong game.
So then the only other person it's Raiden and then Valerie. So then where is she compared to Raiden? I would put Raiden higher,
Yeah, I'm fine with that. She can go right below Raiden.
right above Diddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
And she's the new Chloe. Is number 65.
Back when making jokes about girls having a fat ass was acceptable. Can't do it anymore.
With who?
Uncharted. You remember the ass jokes Nate would make throughout the game?
No, I don't
Said,
remember.
Chloe would like climb on a ladder before him, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I like the view." Nathan, make another Uncharted PlayStation shit.
Maybe, yeah, maybe at some point.
I will get there one day. Someone will, or we'll just get Tom Holland, over and over again.
We don't need another movie.
We don't need another one. No, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do
Please
it. They're gonna do it. I think they're already like filming it. I don't know.
No,
I didn't watch the first one still.
It's not bad. It's just not good.
I watched Civil War. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, the Alex Garland movie.
Yeah.
I want to watch that movie.
Oh, you haven't seen? I thought you did see it.
No.
Okay. It was good.
I talked about it because I wanted to see it.
Not what I thought it was about, but it's good. Very weird, but yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. What did you think it was about?
I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but it definitely wasn't. So it's like about them trying to get into DC so they can interview the president. And I did not think that was. It's like a road trip movie.
Yeah.
I was like, did not know that this was what that was. I saw another really good movie too. I can't remember now. Must not have been that good. Whatever.
You said it was.
Really
it
was good. Long Legs. Long Legs was fucking awesome. Yes, watch Long Legs. Yes, it's very good. Not that scary. I mean, people are saying it's like the most terrifying thing ever. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it's much more of like a thriller and with some like disturbing things to it, but very good nonetheless.
Not like a lot of jump scares and stuff.
No, it's not. It's not one of those. No. Also watched The Nun 2. Horrible.
The Nun 1 is boring.
Yeah. The Nun 1 has some fun parts. This one has some fun parts too, don't get me wrong. I think all the Conjuring movies have some fun parts, but
is it better than the Nun 1?
Same
oh
level.
My God.
Same level.
Same level. The Nun 1 sucks.
Like
I like watching bad horror. When you're boring, it's even worse.
Sure,
it's like,
sure.
You can't be boring and be a horror movie.
Oh, it's not gonna be boring with the nun standing in a corner with her honker of a fucking nose she got. Everybody could see that thing.
Like that? It's like that.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, we see you in that dark corner. Like,
I see that nose.
Nose is hard to hide. Like, we can all see it. That's going to do it for Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 239. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you'd like to say?
Go buy Astrobot.
Please. I swear to God, if you guys all let this game fail, oh my God.
I won't forget it.
You know what's gonna happen is like it's gonna sell 5 million copies, and PlayStation's gonna be like, just didn't meet our expectations.
Everyone almost let it happen with Hi-Fi Rush.
Fucking bastards.
Don't let it happen with Astrobot.
We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.